The problem is, I think they can at times be incredibly helpful. At other times, like this, they can be also, I think, incredibly divisive. And they can be divisive for this reason. The people that actually did this, people have asked me, who did this? Well, it was 1,045 people meeting in Minneapolis that did this. Bishop Hansen did not have the big vote. So there wasn't like 1,044 people voting one way and Bishop Hansen voting the other, and we all went that way. He had one vote, just like everyone else did. But the problem is, the Churchwide Assembly has lots of authority, but they have almost no responsibility. So they can do lots of things when they're gathered there. The issue is they're not responsible for then carrying that out. They all go back to where they came from. We all came back to South Dakota. What has tended to happen through our 21 years of being a denomination is that primarily synod staff and bishops have become the responsible group for carrying out social statements. They help us to have dialogue with other denominations and with government entities. It helps us have conversation within our denomination. But in this case, because a number of folks are not happy, and because we actually put in the document, we do not agree, which is true, congregations have lots of responsibility in our polity, but they have limited ability to speak in a way that can be heard. And so you do need to know that is one of the things that we have been working on and having conversation about, both within the Conference of Bishops, and I know that there has been attempts in the past to move and balance some of that and make it more equitable within this denomination. Is that clear? So are they helpful? Yes, they are. Can they be an issue? Obviously. Here's an easy one. Oh, you have indicated that both sides of the ordination issue have scripture to back up their positions. Please explain what is the scriptural basis for the change which was adopted at our assembly in Minneapolis. Very nice. There are 7 texts that deal with homosexual behavior or activity in both the Old Testament and New Testament. There are scholars that work with those texts and find ways through them that I believe they're not using social culture, they're not using sociology, they're not using psychology, they're biblical scholars. We have one of those professors on our website. There is a paper that he wrote. I would direct you to our website and to that paper. It is short. He deals with all 7 texts. He comes out in a different place than I do. But I don't believe he's not faithful. And I don't believe that he's using culture to come to that decision. He has been a biblical scholar. He has a PhD. He is far smarter than I am about the texts that we live with. So I would commend you to that. What additional mission impact will be nationally and globally if we are divided? Well, I don't know. In one sense, it's up to all of you. You're making a decision every week when you go to worship, unless you give automatically, ACH, well, like I do. Okay, that could have got at least a little giggle. That wasn't good. You decide every time you go to worship, or every time that you sit around the kitchen table and you fill out your mission support statement for the year. It really is up to you. It's not so much up to your congregations, it's up to you. We, as a denomination, no matter what level we live at the local congregation, the synod office, or churchwide, when we receive a directed gift, we have two choices. And these are not my rules, folks. This is one place where the federal government says, you will obey these rules. And these two rules are, if you have a directed gift, you either have to give it back or you have to follow the directions. So in my last parish, a man gave me a check for $100, I'm not being funny, gave me $100 and said, Pastor, you have to buy $100 worth of lottery tickets. And then you get to keep whatever the church wins. I said, I'm sorry, I will not take that check, and gave it back to him. Now, if it had been a $100,000 check, I don't know, but no, it still would have been easy. So for me as a parish pastor, I didn't even go to the trustees. I just said, nope, I don't want any part of that. But when people have given money either to the church or to the synod, for 29 years, I believe that I must follow that. Okay? Or I have to give the money back. So it comes back again, finally, to you. You have to decide how the money that you give to the church is going to be spent. If you say that it's just a gift, it's going to go into all different kind of pots. If you say it's going to go to Haiti, like I asked you to do tonight, I hope you believe me that when I said, I promise you that it's going to go to Haiti, it's all going to go to Haiti. Okay. This is a well-written, whoever wrote it, thank you. If the South Dakota Synod feels that the majority of its members are in opposition to the sexuality statement passed, should it draft a resolution to re-vote? I've been in conversation with a number of pastors in this synod for, well, at least the last 5 months. Some have asked me about wanting to bring a resolution like we've had out of the Northeast Iowa Synod. We've had conversation with David Swartling and within the Conference of Bishops. It won't be my decision what happens, it will be the Church Council's decision. Pastor Jeff Sorensen, I believe, is here tonight, and you can ask him, but he doesn't get to vote for the whole Church Council either. Thought I'd put you on the spot. You're welcome. My guess is it's going to get ruled out of order, that it's unconstitutional. And the reason I believe that is because it limits who a congregation can call. It's taking authority away from a congregation, because what happened in Northeast Iowa is the Synod Council said, we will not call anybody to serve in Northeast Iowa unless they agree to abide by the 1990 vision and expectation.